So, how does metal music bring out the joy in me? Well, for starters, metal can be fast, abrasive, and in your face, and at times it can be sludgy, doomy, heavy, and full of slam. But for me, I just like the idea of distorted guitars, aggressive bass, and fast, heavy drumming. We are waiting in line. We got some concert goers right here, just only a few, but I think it's probably gonna get longer. No one yet, but it's about to get long.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait for more of an Angel, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
It's my third time seeing him.
It's my second time seeing him.
Really? What was the first time you saw him?
The first time I saw him at, it was at Warehouse Live. I stick around to meet with some members of Morbid Angel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I am an Ohioan currently residing in Houston, Texas. Well, technically the outer limits, but still. Texas, one of the food capitals of the nation. Good dishes. And when you go into a metropolis like Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, or said Houston, good diversity. But most of all, good metal. But of course, I can't ever forget about Pantera. Texas is just teeming with metal. You got Devourment, DRI, Prophecy, Absu, as well as newer bands like Frozen Souls, Stabbing, and Sibelian Triangle. Speaking of said Sibelian Triangle, I got to meet and interview the guitarist Ivy. So, you're a member of Sibelian Triangle.
Yes, I'm Ivy. I'm the guitar player. I am also the main songwriter and composer.
Well, look at that guitar right there.
Yes, this is the Radical Instrument product by Rob Gray from Toxic Holocaust. This is his Star Destroyer, 7-string. This one is 7-string, 27-inch scale, 27 frets, scale 21 to 27. Original Floyd Rose, bare knuckle pickups. It rips.
So, what's it like to be in the band?
It's pretty fun. It can be pretty stressful.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, depending on how the concert goes, you know?
Right. I mean, there's a lot of prep work that goes into every show.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously I have a whole stage wear that I have. Everybody else has their stage wear that they have.
Have you ever toured before? Like,
we have not toured. Our drummer Aaron has toured. He's filled in for bands like Aetherius, Desiderium, Enterprise Earth most recently. So he's got some tour experience, the rest of us not so much, but we have done some like runs around Texas and whatnot.
So he's been through a lot. Do you hope to tour like maybe sometime in the future, like going to different countries?
Different countries, yes. We would love to go and play Canada. We have a lot of fans over on West Coast and Canada, Vancouver area.
I definitely hope to tour as well. I mean, if I could get notoriety or form a band or something. Like I said, I'm a musician myself.
Yeah, you just gotta keep at it. Just
and of course.
Be persistent. Walk that line between annoying and persistent.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Well, do knock 'em dead, Sibelian Triangle.
Yep.
Yep. Metalheads and metal fans will definitely come from miles around to perform and be the audience here in Texas. There's definitely a bunch of music venues around here, like the Warehouse Live, Secret Group, White Oak Music Hall, White Swan, Rice Rooftop, etc., etc.
You know, some people had to, certain people had to get through life through music. So like myself, you know, if it hadn't been for the metal music, so I don't know what my life would have been.
Same here.
Yeah, and yeah, it brought joy a lot in me, and so because I've been going to show for the past 20 years, and so
It's all that abrasive adrenaline stuff like mosh pits, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a mosh pit person, but you know, I see a lot of people like over the years are going to shows, you know, getting the mosh pit, and so
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those fun things where you get pushed around, and they say you make friends for a lifetime
yeah,
doing mosh pits and stuff.
right, that's true. No,
Yeah.
I see people like making friends in the mosh pit and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it all, man.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Right.
Although, beware of crowd killers who like just do hardcore dancing, cause it's like try to punch someone. I don't know. It's
Right.
hard to explain why they do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's all.
But then that's their scene.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Here at Seven Rise Rooftop, we raised a little hell with Morbid Angel alongside with other bands. Our first act is Crypta from Sao Paulo, Brazil, founded in 2019 by Fernanda Lira. I definitely gotta hand it to Lira, she is one badass bassist. A bit of trivia, Lira used to be part of this other death metal band called Nervosa. Skeletal Remains is up to bat. This band sounds so similar to Morbid Angel. I bet they're influenced by them. Sadly, this band is not from the US death metal capital Tampa, Florida. They're from Whittier, California. But hey, there's no denying that California has got a bustling death metal scene. Can you explain how what brings joy in going into a metal concert, or what brings joy in listening to metal and stuff?
It's the power. It just, the sense of like there's people out there that understand like what I like. Just knowing there's a sense of community out there.
Yeah, it's quite a community over here. It's pretty laid back, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of death metal. I'm more in the black metal.
Really?
Yeah.
So something like more raw and like I think a lot of tremolo stuff, right?
Yeah. My favorite band, right? Like I've been listening for like ever is Demi Borgir.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to come out with something. It's been forever since they did anything.
Yeah. I think one of the songs that I probably heard from Borgir is The Chosen Legacy.
Yes, that's a classic.
I think there's also a Hybrid Stigmata, I believe. Yeah, Hybrid Stigmata's got a lot of shifting tempos.
One of the reasons why I like Demi Borgir is because they actually embrace more symphonic aspects of music.
Yeah, like a symphonic black metal thing.
Exactly.
Speaking of symphony and melody, Revocation is now playing at the Rooftop. What a blend of death, progressive, and thrash they bring in the house. David Davidson with his Jackson Warrior he uses for signature guitars. It seems like these days Davidson is currently busy touring with the band and stuff. Plus, whenever you go to a concert, there's going to be a lot of fans and groupies, so I understand that they don't want to hang out for much longer. Still, I wouldn't forget about the time in which I met him at the Ace of Cups a few years back. And speaking of meet and greets, Morbid Angel was the headliner at Rise Rooftop. A solid delivery of Tampa-based death metal. From the last time I met Dan Vaden Vaughn and Trey Aziktoth, yes, it's Aziktoth, I butchered the pronunciation in the last video, they didn't change a lot. Only Aziktoth's hair grayed up a bit, but still. But when Steve Tucker came up to the stage, lo and behold, he looked different. Didn't even notice that he decided to clean cut shave his head. From the last time I met him, he had hair. Then again, people do change.
When I'm talking.
After the concert, some concert goers, including I, got to hang out with him at the tour bus.
I think it didn't come across good with you guys because you probably didn't get it. But I mean, that was my.
We meet again, Aziktoth.
You know, on purpose. Oh my God! Ugh. So much light. Ugh.
Stay away from the light. You're a vampire.
Nada. Get the girl.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
There was an anime Barbie doll that he brought with him that has been through a lot.
Can I take a look at with you? Sure you can.
5 days had passed. It was Wednesday. It was concert time again at the White Oak Music Hall. That's why I saw Civilian Tournament that I mentioned earlier. So, can you explain how metal in general brings joy, like going to concerts and listening to music?
So, the thing about heavy metal music is it helps bring out a deep rage within the soul that you can't really put on other people.
Yeah.
It helps soothe the soul, and you make friends in the process. And overall, I just love the way heavy metal sounds. I love high gain guitar. I love fast drums, slow drums, just slow anything or fast.
And the double bass on the drums.
Bass, yes.
Or should I say double kick drum?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, then there's also, besides the high gain guitars, you got sometimes you get the clank on the bass.
Last week, I saw the Death tribute band, Death to All. Got to see Steve DiGiorgio in person, which is pretty cool. He was badass.
Oh yeah, Steve DiGiorgio. I think he welds a 3-string fretless bass.
Three-string Thor bass. And then we also had Gene Hoglan on drum, and one of the original guitar players that was a member of Death.
Who can ever forget about Gene Hoglan? He's a legendary drummer, isn't he? So metal really does soothe the soul in times of like stress and life in general, you know, and reality, right?
You know, say you have a bad day at work, you leave, you get in your car, you're driving down the highway, you turn that radio up, and you put on your favorite metal tracks, you jam along, you sing along if you can, and it helps out with a lot of just
helps you release your anger. Yeah, definitely. It's more melodic goodness with decrepit birth. This band definitely reminds me of tech death bands like Necrophages and Spawn of Possession. I'll go back and say it again, California's got a bustling death metal scene. Here's that one crazy moment in which the frontman joins into the pit.
Talking to a homeless dude. Not shitting you, I'm a homeless vagabond.
Well,
Not shitting you.
I got one question for you. So, can you explain how metal music brings joy in you, and going to concerts and listening and also playing?
All right, well, I mean, when I first heard heavy metal music, listening to Black Sabbath was like equivalent to an orgasm for me. I was a loner in high school. I was one of the weird kids. Me and my friends, we'd hang out at each other's garage and play fucking Monopoly. All right, we weren't cool. We weren't getting invited to parties, but I heard War Pigs, and I heard that shit go bow, 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 bow.
Or how about bada?
Yes.
Da 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 da.
All right, and I tell you, it was a seminal moment. It was so surreal. It was a genuine life-impacting moment on me of hearing this music. I've never heard anything like it before. Never before.
Yet another band from Brazil. It's Krisiun. I have to say one thing about this band. Blast beats. Just blast beats everywhere. Kind of reminds me of that other band that is also from Brazil called Infested Blood. And finally, our headliner at the White Oak Music Hall, hailing from Poland, is Vader. I don't know why, but the intro feels like it would be part of a movie about war. I'm curious to know if they named their band after Darth Vader from Star Wars. It's definitely evil sounding with their thrash elements infused into their death metal. Can you explain how metal brings out the joy in you or something?
Fuck yeah, man. So it's like, basically, it's sick because you just fucking go to a place like this with a bunch of like-minded people that don't really give a shit, that don't fucking like...
It's all that laid-back atmosphere, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. The laid-back atmosphere and just also the rowdiness of it. Like, you don't really get that with anybody else. Like, with any other music genre, you know, any other music genre, it's just like, you know, people just kind of stand there bopping their heads. But this shit's like people are getting into it, man. People are getting fucking, you know, it's good shit.
Yeah.
It's gnarly shit. And I
Some
think that's
good
why
shit
people,
there.
Yeah, man. I think that's why people are attracted to it because it's extreme and shit, you know?
Yeah. It's all about the abrasiveness with the guitars and bass and drums.
Fuck yeah, man.
Everywhere.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Energy, the music, fucking, it just makes you want to fucking get up and fucking get her going.
Makes you get up and want to
Get her going, man.
run around and do an air guitar and stuff. Yeah, it's all about that shit.
So like, as a musician, inspires me to keep playing every day and shit.
I'm a musician as well.
It's always good. Live music's always better. Nothing like live music. I'll listen to a live set fucking over a studio version any day.
Yeah, definitely.
Something about the energy.
So now I ask you, how does metal bring you joy? Or better yet, what brings you joy? Ooh, stray cat, stray cat.